Hi, these are your short and sweet January 2013 videos, and I want to tell you how to get the most of the astrology trends for the future month for January 2013. Always make sure you check at least your ascendant sign, and for the full prognosis, check this ascendant, moon, and sun sign. Most people always check their sun sign only, not realizing that actually it's not the most astrologically correct one. The most astrologically correct and personal sign is always the ascendant, which is determined by the exact time of your birth, the minute, the hour. And then comes the moon sign, which especially, particularly women, answer much more. For instance, last month I've experienced the prediction and the trends much more of my moon sign. Women, the moon is a female planet, and a lot of women connect a lot to their moon sign prediction. And if you don't know what your ascendant sign or moon sign astrologically are, you can go to my website astrolada.com, where I have a birth chart calculator. You need to know the time of your birth, or at least approximately, to find out those two signs and their degrees. Write them down and make sure, if you don't have time to listen to the whole prediction for the moon, sun, and ascendant sign, then at least listen to the whole prediction for the ascendant sign always, and then to the second part of the moon and the sun prediction when I mentioned particular degrees of the moon, of the ascendant, or when I mentioned particular days of birth which correspond to the sun position. If you hear your exact day of birth or position of the ascendant of the moon, or of the moon, like say 20 degrees Leo or something, if you hear these degrees mentioned, then you will definitely feel what is happening to you, what I'm talking about this month, because these are based on transit, and transits never fail. They're very, very specific. Even if the overall prognosis, the first part of the prediction of your sign, is not, you don't identify so much with, if you hear your exact degree of the ascendant or the moon or the day of the birth, you will definitely identify with the influences that I'm talking about during this period. So please, if you have more specific questions which those videos cannot answer, then you're welcome to contact one of my psychics or astrologers which I've selected from all over the world for you, which are fantastic, carefully selected, and they can give you sweet and short answers for 10 to 15 minutes. You can have readings with them, or even shorter. So there is an answer for everything you're looking for here. Leo, ascendant, sun, or moon. Well, a lot of planets are activating your sixth house this month, Leos. And sixth house is a practical earth house, so attention is very much focused on getting things done, on being productive, being efficient, being useful, being of service as well, of service. Not of being of service. Sixth house is the house of Virgo, so somehow it's those planets in the sixth house are activating qualities of Virgo in you, so becoming more perfectionist, becoming more even self-critical, or if it's not who is self-critical, others can be more critical on you, so they can push you towards bringing the best out of you, perfecting yourself, perfecting your art, perfecting your skills at work, perfecting your technical abilities, or if you're at school, maybe whatever age you are, you have something to perfect, to improve, like skills, like knowledge, so this is what these planets activating your sixth house want from you: to become the apprentice, to become humble, work behind the scenes on improving yourself. Don't aim too high now for recognition right now, especially if your ascendant is in Leo. It's more time of work, of service, of tying up the untied ends, loose ends, so you can smooth everything out, so you can perfect your skills. And it's good for work as well. Sixth house is very practical for getting things done, for resolving practical matters like fixing things at home, or fixing your clothes or your car, anything which needs fixing, which needs improvement. Now is the time to do it, this part of the month, this part of the year, the beginning of the year for your Leo, especially Leo ascendant. It's also fixing your health. Sixth house is the house of health. So if you haven't been balancing your health well, if you haven't been living in a more nature balanced way, this is when problems with your health can crop up, some chronic or some more acute pain or illness or getting cold. So where like the planets activate this faulty line in you, default line, the sixth house is another of those default lines, as I said, of illness. So if you haven't been living your life properly, now you can get some coldness, and it's a ringing bell from you, from the universe, that you have to fix something, that you have to improve something on a practical, physical level. Sixth house is the house of survival, maintenance of the body, making this life run basically, just like the engineer or the mechanical person who needs to always fix the things, or to make a building or some machine run. That's why we also need maintenance in all those practical things, which are the physical, material thing. This is what sixth house wants from you to deal with in this period, in January mostly. So focus on those areas of your life. But it's not all work, work, work. You know, there is another planet, Mars, which is activating your seventh house. And seventh house is relationships. So desires, sexual desires as well, rules seventh house. Some of you might get more frisky. Is that the word? So Mars, I've noticed personally on me, I've noticed Mars, whenever it transits my seventh house, whoa, passions rise high. Even if you don't meet the love of your life, I don't think this will happen, but you'll just have a bit more saucy thoughts there. Maybe it's good to be active with your partner in whatever way you want. You can go running or you can do something else, you know. So, but it's definitely Mars wants, as an energizing planet, and wants you to get active in whatever house it is involved in. Seventh house is the house of partners, so pay more attention to your partners, be more active there, or they start backfiring, because Mars is also a crow planet, so it can bring some tensions or some arguments with other people. Not only your marriage partner, it can be your boyfriend, girlfriend, or marriage partner, but you can be any other people that you have interactions with. It can be clients, business partners. That Mars can bring those more frisky energy, more, that's not the right word, those more tense energies there, but it's nothing too much. I don't think it's like a transit that will bust up your important relationships forever. Just more tension and just more aggravation that can come from other people. You can attract people that are more Mars-like, so more pushy, more opinionated, hard-minded, strong-minded, who might step on your toes, or it might be the opposite, that you might have this approach to others in your life right now, but it's nothing to be worried about or too scary. Or if you have business partnerships, one of the partners might be less willing to compromise, but it might be what is needed for you in your business right now, or on your relationship. If one is more pushy and if one is more let's say not aggressive but more energized somehow, this is maybe exactly what you need. The others might be a source of aggravation or a source of energy for you in this period. And what else is happening? I want to give you specific days. Those who have their ascendant only, ascendant in Leo, 5, 6, 7, 8 degrees in Leo, they're having Jupiter influence on their seventh house. So even though there is Mars in the seventh house, those of you specific degrees that I said, 5, 6, 7, 8 degrees of Leo, they're having Jupiter influence on their seventh house, which is very rare and which is very powerful. As I said, whenever I mention specific degrees, you will definitely feel those influences in your life. And this is when you can meet someone important, actually. Those are people who can meet someone important. Those are people who can have something very important happen in their love life. Also, you can improve a relationship that already exists with Jupiter. Jupiter is a healing, growing, nurturing influence. So it's great maybe to approach someone that you've been in a fight till before, and Jupiter will help you heal this relationship. It's not for all the Leos. Again, I said only those with the ascendant in those degrees. It's great for business partnership, signing search. It's great for any kind of business activities as well. Anything that you're interacting with another ones, exchanging goods, exchanging services, clients, you know, when you're having to deal with others one-to-one, is very good period for that as well. Jupiter might increase your businesses, might increase your capacity for business and your interactions, so it can bring your business partner, or just your interactions with others will be increased, and you'll be more open to associate with others, and more joy will be coming into your life from others. Jupiter is the planet of joy and happiness and growth and opportunities that come to you through others. So, you know, others are important in your life during this period. Or those of you, another specific days, who are born on the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th of August, or who have their ascendant or moon at 9, 10, 11 degrees in Leo, give or take 1 or 2 degrees, maybe 8 degrees, 9, 10, 11, maybe 12 degrees of Leo, you have Saturn influence. So for you, it's a bit different. Saturn influence is more contracting. Saturn influence is more testing. Saturn requires you to be serious, to be hardworking, to persevere. If you're being lazy, if you're trying to cut across and get things the easy way, Saturn will not allow you. Saturn only allows whenever it's aspecting important parts of your horoscope to succeed if you work very hard, and it usually delays the success. It usually frustrates you. It usually gives you only through hard work and through a lot of humbleness, and sometimes can even ruin your plans if they're not realistic, if they're not mature enough, if you haven't thought them out properly. So Saturn will test you and scrutinize, maybe through another person, through organization, or through your own self-criticism towards yourself. It will really might put you in a mouse hole, as they say. Can really tighten things around you, but it's only so you can be more realistic, more mature, more grown up, and have a more practical approach to things rather than some bombastic Leo type of way of approaching things. So this is time of hard work, perseverance, and actually trying to keep positive, because Saturn can really lower your vibrations down, and when it does, it usually does it from outside influences like difficult things happening in your life, relationship bust-ups. When Saturn is around, the big karmic difficulties happen in life and tests of life, and you might really feel it, even if it's not something that's happening outside that is testing you, like career, relationship breaking up, or it might be something from within yourself that you're doubting yourself and not feeling so positive or not feeling so inspired. So Saturn wants to see how patient to be for how long, and how well you can manage your those moods. So try and keep up positive, try and just be more out and about, and more not out and about, try and be more in contact with sun, with lighter food, so you can raise your vibrations. Meditation, pray, something that's going to help you through the Saturn period. So hold on tight. Saturn is testing you, but if you're mature and serious people, it will bring you positive results.